Hey y'all, hello everybody, hello. Happy Friday. Yay. I think somebody just came in my house. Uh-oh. Anyway, welcome. Thank you all for joining me on this Friday news recap day. As if there's anything to recap. Trump is still mouthing off about the 2020 election. What else? Sidney Powell pleaded guilty. And so I wanted to look at that and I'm going, who's next? What's Mark Meadows' next move? That's going to be kind of a big one. What's Cheese Bro's next move? Chesbro. Oh, well, that's the question I wrote down last night when I was going to do it. Well, this morning, I don't need to ask that question anymore because he is guilty. So that means, trying to figure out who the Attorney General is for this, Fani Willis, gets to take a couple of weeks off because now she doesn't have to do a trial for Cheesebro, who cares the pronunciation, Cheeseburger, and the Kraken attorney. But let's just take a look at that. I'm going to be using my Tarot Grand Deluxe cards. Normally I don't use these because they're kind of hard to see on the camera. Like, what is that? Well, that's the tower. That's what's going on. And so in this tower moment for the Republican Party, as we watch it implode on many different levels, we've been calling for this for years, but it's important not to like gloat in this. This is horrific for our country. What's going on? It's just horrific. Horrific. So let's just take a couple of deep breaths and we'll kind of bask in it just for a little bit. Because maybe they won't do it again. All right. Let's take a look at, I want to look at Mark Meadows with all these things going on. What are his attorneys saying to Mark Meadows? Are they going, dude? Do you think they call each other dudes? No. Okay. Mark Meadows, what advice are you getting from your lawyers? Mark Meadows. Are you going to flip? Are you going to flip? I'm not hearing anything with this, so I'm got to use the cards. The Mark Meadows thing, it's, you know, when I try to get into his energy, it feels like he's just so conflicted. If I do this, I'm going to lose all that. If I do this, I'm going to lose all that. So for him, where I'm going with this, it's all about loss. I'm going to lose this. I'm going to lose this. Are you going to gain anything? No, I'm going to lose this. So and this kind of goes back to staying in fear or staying in love, staying in gratitude, staying in abundance. No, I'm staying in lack. I'm staying in fear. That's where he is. And we got two of coins balancing. So when I use these cards, and I don't use them that much, as I said on YouTube, I have to look at them a little harder. And you can see on these two of coins, this it's almost like a jester in a way with this. It's almost like a fool juggling these two things. And he's walking on a tightrope with a bunch of ladders that look like they're going to fall. That tightrope is not taut, so it is swanging. If you know what I mean. Swanging. Being crossed by the magician. Is he going to be able to pull magic out of his hat, a rabbit out of his hat? The magician, for me, in recent, when I've been the magician is hopefully going to allow me to speak instead of fumble my words up. Come on, magician. Normally, in times past, that was my card for Trump. So he's like looking for Trump. Hey, are you going to save me? Are you going to be able to help me navigate this? And you know, Trump is not. He's going to go, no. I'm using you for whatever you can give me, and then I'm discarding you. At the base of the reading, we have the Queen of Wands. There's some information that he has, that he can give up, that is going to create some sleepless night with this Nine of Swords. This spread's getting interesting. This spread to me, what is it called again? I forgot. The Grand Deluxe. It reminds me of the Game of Thrones, which I still have not watched. And I saw some news thing and somebody was talking about it and they go, what do you mean you haven't watched the Game of Thrones? I haven't watched it. I don't get HBO. Why not? Well, that's a good question. Because you would think I would like the Game of Thrones. But I don't know. You keep getting so many subscription services, and it's like, when does the TV bill get to be more expensive than your daily food bill? Okay, that's a stupid mistake. Six of Swords up at the top, moving on to calmer waters. What's he going to do, Mark Meadows? Is he going to ask for assistance? Is he going to move on? Is he going to ask, hey, yeah, let's cut a plea deal? Is he? And the potential near future, strength. Where's his strength coming from? Internal position is the Four of Wands, celebration. I'm leaning towards that he's going to say, yeah, let's cut a deal. I mean, he kind of did before when he threw out all those emails and then he backtracked. And so contempt of Congress and all that stuff. And interesting. The external position, Six of Cups, going back to a simpler time, going back to like where you get to play a little bit and not have so many worries. Hopes and fears. I should have looked at this before. What is this? Ha! Is that the King or the Knight? Knight. The Knight of Coins. Slow moving Knight. It was interesting if it was the King, then I'd go, oh, he's afraid of the King, Mr. Pumpkinhead. But no, Knight of Coins, slow moving. So obviously this is slow moving. It's so slow moving. And then the final outcome. What card would y'all like to see? Would y'all like to see somebody being stabbed in the back? Shame on you. Shame on you. Be positive. Ten of Swords. Stabbed in the back. Who is he stabbing in the back? Or is Mr. Pumpkinhead stabbing him in the back. Tower moment. Excuse me. Stephen Colbert has COVID. Oh. Just when I was starting to find his humor again. Get into that rhythm. Yay. And after the Tower card, we get the Queen of Coins. The Queen of Pentacles. Is this a money thing for him, or he's just going, I gotta stop. I'm spending too much money on it. Queen of Earth is also projects. Queen of Pentacles. Not clear what this is. So the last 3 cards for the outcome, I got the Ten of Swords being stabbed in the back, clarified by the Tower, things crashing down. And then the last card is the Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles. So it feels like he's trying to save some money here. He's trying to salvage whatever he can. And that Queen of Coins, being a queen, she really knows how to manage projects. So he's got all these projects that he needs to manage that are being put in front of a judge, or will be. And so that's what I'm getting with this, is that he is going to, with the Six of Swords, move on to calmer waters. Let's just look at the base of the deck. You have the Government, the Hierophant. You have the Page of Cups, something coming in. He's a little underwater with this, but he's getting information from swimming with the fishes. Why did I hear that? He doesn't want to be. And he's moving on with the Chariot. Yeah, I think he is moving. And the Page of Pentacles. So hopefully he will listen. If he's the Page of Pentacles, listening to his mama, the Queen, and going, son, do you want to see your world crash? Get it together. The magician isn't going to save you. He's going to stab you in the back. All right. All right, all right, all right. So, thank you for that. Thank you, guys. Let's take a look at another thing. Jordan, again, is in free fall. 3rd time he's out. It was interesting to read. I keep saying that word. I want to change that word up. You know how you get hooked into a word and it just keeps coming out? It's interesting. It's not that interesting. Shut up, Danny. You're not that interesting. When you say interesting. I am very interesting, by the way, just to let you know, in my mind. All right, all right, all right. So curiously, that's going to get old quick. Jordan. So one of his supporters, who voted for him twice, said, I'm done. I'm going to Israel. Some Republican congressman who was Special Forces, Marines, or something like that, he said, if Israel needs me, I'm going to go help. I don't know what he's going to do there. I didn't read that much into it or get too far into the story, except that he's going to go over to Israel to see if what he can do to help. And he goes, Jordan's not going to win. So it doesn't matter if I'm here or not. He's not going to win. A lot of the Republicans who are not voting for Jordan are getting death threats. Trump put up, I think it was Letitia James's address on Truth Social. Judge Engoron, the jolly guy, you know, the really happy guy, happy-go-lucky, not happy, not at all. He's threatening Trump with jail. And I go, you wimp. I didn't say it very loud because I think the judge is in a cranky mood now, and I don't want him going, who called me a wimp? That guy in the bathrobe? Throw him in jail. He'd probably throw me in jail faster than he'd throw Trump in jail. Trump was the one that did stupid stuff, putting her home address. And so he berated Trump's lawyers and said, what's going on? I should throw Trump in jail. And the lawyers go, yeah, he took it down real quick. Sorry, we're really sorry. And the judge goes, yeah, but he didn't take it down off his website. Oh, well, you know, Trump's got a big old machine running. And the judge is like, who's in charge of the machine? Trump is. Gets my 10 of swords ready. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I have still Mr. Pumpkinhead in the box. I was going to pull him out today to see, maybe I will too, just so he can see what the hell's going on. The Kraken attorney and Cheese Bro pleading guilty. That's 3 guilties of the 19. Yee-hee. All right, where was I going? Did I drink too much coffee today? What is going on? Jordan. Here's where I want to go. Republican death threats. It's crazy. MAGA is, it's just imploding. It's imploding on themselves. So, is someone going to do something stupid that is going to get the attention of everybody and say, we need to change something? And by something stupid, eating their own. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say, sounded, all right. The Republicans eating their own. Is this going to go too far? The Republicans eating their own with threats against their own. This one woman I heard was, they said, we're going to follow you. We're going to follow your kids. We're following you to the grocery store. We're following. Like, what? And so we need to, as light workers, put them in protective bubbles. And I know we're going, but they're part of the problem. Put them in protective bubbles. Keep them safe. Okay. I don't know if they're really part of the problem, all of them. Okay. Is this going to go too far? Is this going to go too far? I'm not going to pull any more. Because I thought it is going to go too far, and this is the card that I got. 13, Major Arcana. I lied. Okay. I pulled 3. So we got the Death card, we got the 9 of Wands defending ourselves, and then we got the Ace of Coins. And here's where I'm going to go with next. What do we as light workers need to do to protect, to put a bubble around these people? What do we need to do? 3 cards, please. Okay. We have the Ace of Cups, a new beginning. It's like the Ace of Pentacles in that regard. Something new is going to come out of this. I didn't see any 2s. I saw a lot of worry. I saw a lot of defending oneself. So I don't think this is going to be bringing us together, except we have an Ace of Cups here. We had an Ace of Pentacles on the other side. So add them together, that makes 2. Yeah, I'm pulling at straws. I'm trying to come together somehow for this new emotional start from the nightmare that we are currently living in and the loss. We have, oh, here's the 2 cups. We have these 2 cups back here. We have these 3 cups spilled, right? Knocked over. But there are 2 cups that we can come together for the betterment of the U.S. So my question was, is something worse going to happen that's going to bring us together? I think it's a yes. I think it's a yes. And it's going to open people's eyes. And is it going to bring us together immediately? No, there's still going to be bickering. We're still going to need to look for those 2 cups that are upright after the sorrow, after those 3 cups fall. Be really, really careful out there. I had some lady screaming at me the other day. I'm walking across, I'm in the sidewalk. I mean, walking down the sidewalk, and I'm about ready to turn into the crosswalk. And this woman stops. And I'm like, well, what's she doing? She's yelling at me. Watch where you're going. I'm like, I'm not even in the cross. I'm not even getting ready to cross. I'm kind of on my way to, but watch where you're going, screaming at me. And then she starts cussing at me, dropping F-bombs. Like, what was that about? So for me, it's like, and I didn't let it go. I got right in her face. I should have. I mean, what's the point? So step away from that stuff. Now's not the time to make a stand face to face with crazy people. And I'm telling you, the MAGA folks, they're losing their minds over this. It's in such disarray. Speaking of losing minds, Trump, or is it Huckabee? Should I go to Huckabee, Sarah Huckabee, or should I go to Trump? Let's do Sarah Huckabee. So she is actually doing something that I kind of agree with. Kind of, sort of, maybe, not really, but maybe. And it's not about her $19,000 lectern. But she is banning words from Alabama. Where is she from? Alabama or whatever. It doesn't matter. And the words that she's banning, and there's a whole list of them. You can go look at them. But one of them was chest feeding versus breastfeeding. And I'm going, she goes, you can't use the word chest feeding. You have to use breastfeeding. Now, me, I'm a breast guy, so I'm okay with it. I'm like, yeah, all right. I'm also a leg guy. Yeah, I'm just a guy. So, but I get where the other terms come from, right? when I grew up in Missouri, so I got hillbilly roots in me. I just do. And they were debating on whether, in the state, whether to say Missouri or Missouri. And in my young, impressionable mind, I go, you idiots are spending money on that? I was already thinking about money then, right? And the value of it. What are you doing? I don't even know if there is value to money anymore. But Sarah Huckabee going, I'm banning you guys from saying these words. Number one, isn't that a free speech type of thing? We read on, Lori and I read on Sarah Huckabee before, and she's gone. She's gone. Things are just changing. I mean, these guys that are just, Pumpkinhead is going, they're trying to stifle my First Amendment rights of free speech. Yet Huckster down there is banning people from saying words. It's like, really? Really? You crazy. You crazy. All right. What else am I going to read on? I got a list. Chest feeding versus breastfeeding. For me, let's show less guns and more sex. That's just me. Okay. And I don't care what you call it. Okay. Let's look into Engoron. I'm going to still stay with this deck till I looked at the other deck and then I said, switch to that deck. Engoron. What is going on? He's at the end of his jolly rope. He's going, So the other thing, too, that Lori and I read on is so funny, because I'm not good at timing, obviously. I thought the actor strike would be over this month. They better hurry up. General Motors just upped their package to the auto workers, so fingers crossed on that. So timing for me is, it's not that good a deal, but we did get Trump violating his gag order. I said within a week. I think I said that. Lori goes within a day. I think she was closer. Oh my gosh. What a knucklehead. Okay. Engoron. Arthur. What are you feeling? What are you thinking? So here's where I'm going with this. He's walking a little fine line because he's about ready to lose it. It feels like when I tap in that he's a really balanced guy that likes to have some fun. It should not all be, heavy-handed. Let's all do our jobs. Let's have fun. Yeah, sorry, you screwed up. You're in front of my court, so there's going to be some good and bad stuff happen to you. Depends on how you take it. And with this S show that Trump is throwing at him, he's losing his patience. And if he really loses his patience, then can the attorneys say mistrial? You got too emotionally involved in it. Hard not to when his team, his court clerks, the people he relies on and works with every day, is threatened. So what's going on? Let's just get a little 411 on this judge. Let's see how he's feeling, what's going on with him. I mean, he's at the end of the rope and he's taking a deep breath. Well, there you go. Judgment. Well, he's a judge. Can we get a little more clarity, please? Oh, yeah. Walking away from sorrow. 8 of Cups. Walking away to find oneself. This is walking away from the emotional stuff. So I think he's going to be a little more cut and dried, but let's just keep going, see where this goes. At the base of the reading is the Fool. And for me, this is his easygoing style. That's what I'm picking up. In the past, as it relates to this, is his intuitive high priestess vibe. You know, it's almost like the Hierophant a little bit, but a little more psychic. And he's got, at the top of the reading, the 6 of Wands. Coming in as a winner. He knows how to manage that information, this information that comes at him. He's going to elevate one piece that's going to be better than all the others, but it's all good. He's just going to manage that extremely well. And we have the Knight of Cups. This Knight of Cups is bringing forth some interesting news. And as I look at him raising that wand, and as what I just said, managing that, he's getting, look at those swordfishes coming at him. He's getting swordfished. Information coming like swords. And I'm getting that is Trump not abiding by the gag order. And then we have the Queen of Swords, the internal position. Yeah, he's not afraid to really lay down the law at all, as we've seen. Externally, the 3 of Swords. This is tearing him up. This isn't the way he likes to work at all. I mean, he knows how to wield the sword, but he'd rather do it from a high priestess sense ability, and he has to switch to, no, let's take it out. Let's take out the sword and wield it fast, sharp. Yeah. And it hurts him. And I don't even want to think about the heartbreak if something happens to one of his clerks, to one of his team. In the hopes and fears is the 7 of Cups. The illusion, which one do I pick? And it feels like there is just so much going on that Mr. Pumpkinhead throws at the wall, and you have to figure out which one is going to be the most effective, which one is going to turn against you, right? So, for example, Trump was saying, if you throw me in jail, I'm doing it for my people. Please do it. But it may backfire on him. So that's what he's looking at, all those cups in there. The Chariot, moving on. This card, let me take a look at it, because there's a couple of different ways that I read these cards. This Chariot driver it takes a huge amount of strength to wrangle these horses and put them on a singular path. It takes a lot of muscle. This is almost like as he moves this forward, he needs to manage these two sides. And it feels like it's Trump and his lawyers that he needs to wrangle together. It's not like, you know, the prosecution and the defense he needs to wrangle, because the prosecution seems to be on a more, not balanced, but controlled path. Whereas the defense seems to be so out of control. How do you control your client? So that's where he's going with that. Clarified by the Ace of Coins. Oh, he isn't going to leave, is he? And the Ace of Swords. 2 new beginnings. 2 new truths. 1 more. The 8 of Swords. He's going to restrict somebody even more, is what I'm getting. I don't see him leaving as much as him wrangling these other sides in. Okay, let's take a look at Mr. Pumpkinhead. I know he's still in the box. For those of you who are new, what are you, new? For those of you who are new, thank you and welcome. I put Mr. Pumpkinhead in here, and I sent him to Fulton County. Fonnie Willis goes, I don't want him yet. She sent him back to me. I should send him to DC, but anyway, I want to make sure he's still in there. Do you hear him? He's still in there. He doesn't feel like he's 213 anymore, though. He feels... Should we see what he looks like? I haven't walked him. I haven't fed him. I did feed him some documents. Gave him some classified documents. He wanted ketchup with it. Should I pull him out? Tell him what's going on? Okay. You guys ready? Ooh. He kind of shrunk a little bit. There you are. Hey, hi. What the hell is going on? Whoa. What happened to your hair? Oh, got a little messy in there. Yes, it did. Yeah. Do you know what's going on in your cases? Oh, no. I've been in my box for a long time. Yes, you have been. Well, your Kraken lawyer, I love her. She pleaded guilty. I hate her. Yeah, sorry. And Cheesebro, yeah, I love him. He pleaded guilty. I hate him. Yeah. And you keep defying the gag order. Yeah, isn't that fun? No, it's not that fun, and you may end up in the box. Yeah. Are you going to do something with your hair? I kind of like it. Okay. Well, I know the judge isn't going to do this as fast as I am, but bye-bye. Fell on his head. Let me out! Let me out! Come on! Come on, let me out! Mr. Pumpkinhead. All right, let us... Halloween deck, Mr. Pumpkinhead. I haven't used these in a while since I put Mr. Pumpkinhead in there. Okay. Mr. Pumpkinhead. See, this is what happens when you watch my videos to the end, they get crazier and stupider and crazier, but it's all good stuff. And a lot of times, being serious, that's when I kind of get warmed up a little bit with the readings, when I'm trying to be serious. All right, Mr. Pumpkinhead. Are you going to start? Let's just ask. Let's ask Spirit. Is Mr. Pumpkinhead? So I try to think about this logically. Will they put him in jail? Will they actually put him in jail? I think logistically they can't. But could they? I don't know why the judge didn't haul him and said he needs to be in now, tomorrow, not just talk to his attorneys and, you know, slap the attorneys around. He needs to, and maybe he did. I didn't read the rest of that. Is Trump going to end up in like home confinement? Is Trump going to end up in home confinement? Would they put him in New York? How many residents does he have? Does he still have New York? I know he has Bedminster, and the $500 billion Mar-a-Lago. And why was he a no-show at the golf tournament? Oh, did he have a tummy ache? Should have asked him when he was out. But I'm not opening that box again. You have no idea the stench that came out of there. Before, when I was going to open them up, I had a whole gas mask thing on. Okay, Mr. Pumpkinhead. Little temperance card at the bottom. Is he going to temper? Or is the judge going to temper? Mr. Pumpkinhead, is he going to end up in restrictive custody? Okay. Very violent shuffle there. Mr. Pumpkinhead. King of Imps. So, imps are wands. That is information coming out. That is kind of a Jack Smith card. King of Imps. Three of Imps. They're sitting around. Kind of Three of Wands. Planning, strategizing. What do we do with Mr. Knucklehead? The base of the reading is the Hanged Man, suspension, taking a look at things from a different point of view. In the past, as it relates, is the King of Ghosts, the King of Cups. Okay. The top of the reading, Mr. King of Pumpkins. So, King of Pentacles, if he's Mr. Pumpkinhead, he's the king. He's up at the top. Potential near future, Mr. Pumpkinhead. New beginning. So this is the card that got me thinking that this is Mr. Pumpkinhead. A hand coming out of this, came out of nowhere. Actually, he didn't. I wish he'd go away back to nowhere. But he came out kind of unexpectedly, and his brains are too full of sugar and too mixed up. All right. Internally, you've got the Four of Imps, Four of Wands, trying to do a little celebration. False celebration. I'm hearing false celebration. In the external position, you have the Ace of Imps. So if Jack Smith is the King of Wands, King of Imps, right? And this is the Ace of Imps. Is this suggesting that this purple hand is from the king and he is shaking this little imp? Whee! Mr. Pumpkinhead's like about ready to lose his Skittles. California is going to be banning Skittles. Everybody's banning something. All right. Hopes and fears. Yikes. Is he going to go to jail? Yikes. I'm scared. I'm scared. We have the Knight of Ghosts. Some unexpected news coming. Here's the Chariot again. Moving him to, it's in a hearse, the Nine of Pumpkins. So, my Nine of Pentacles, it's a lot of times when I look at that Nine of Pentacles, it's all about restriction. She is living in her little garden. She doesn't get out of her garden much. So she knows how to manage her money within that garden. She does have some intuitive skills, but she's restricted. So this Knight of Ghosts, right? This calming energy that's going to bring some unexpected news out of this. It's a document that is rolled up where the ghost is coming out of. That's going to cause a movement in the Chariot towards restriction. Let's look at will this actually help stop this craziness of him talking and berating everybody and putting people in danger? Will this actually stop him from doing that? If he has some home confinement, will it actually work to stop him? New journey. To me, this is a yes. Let me just pull some very quickly. Okay, I'm going to keep going because I got the Seven of Cups in the potential near future. What are we picking? Okay. No, it's not going to stop him. It's going to restrict him severely. Okay. Craziness, right? He is going on a new journey as the Fool, right? And he's being locked up in his tower. So he's got the Fool being crossed by the Tower moment. So his actions of not watching where he's going is causing this Tower moment. He's going to keep spinning this, though. At the top of the reading, he's just going to keep spinning this. He's hard at work, spin, 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 creating this illusion, delusion, this confusion with the Seven of Pentacles. Internally, he's wrapped up. So this gag order is going to wrap him up externally with the Queen of Swords, with the Queen of Bats. It's going to have teeth on it, right? So it's going to create some quiet time. Hopes and fears. Here we have him again. Is he going to come out? Is he going to behave? We still don't know what he's going to do. The final outcome is the Magician. Again, another card for Mr. Pumpkinhead. He's got a lot. I know. He's got a lot of them. So he's going to try to pull a rabbit out of his hat. But we have Justice. Yay. And we have the Queen of Ghosts. Something more coming up. Something hidden in that cup that I think is going to relate to that Justice card and the Magician card, keeping things in perspective. Maybe shedding some light on his tricks. Should we see 3 cards, how he's going to fare, how he's going to do with that? Just what's the mindset of a head full of sugar and pumpkins and Adderall? What's the mindset when he goes to restrictive custody? Jail in his gilded tower. 9 of Pentacles. I mean, it's so gilded. Jail. Really? Really? Maybe he'll be banned from using the internet. Yeah, but then I can't do my running for office. What's his mindset? He's looking at his options. 7 of Pumpkins. He's looking, where do I go with this? How do I deal with this? How do I manage this? He needs to take a look at it from another point of view, and he is in suspension. So his venom that he spews needs to be suspended. And then he has the Page of Ghosts. This is a new person coming forth to manage his online presence, to get his word out from this cup, and it needs to be kindler, gentler. Okay, there it is. That's all I'm going to say about that. That's all I'm going to say pretty much about today. So let's do a card to say, see ya, have a good weekend, and peace and love and all that. So a card to leave. Just heard Elvis Costello in my head. What's so hard about peace, love, and understanding? Is it hard? What's so... I think it is. Here we go. Last card. For today, it's a great card. Simplicity. Sometimes we make it too complicated. Make it simple. I'm going to send that card to the judge. Just throw him in his gilded cage. Make it simple. Thank you guys for watching. Peace and love.